What's up?
This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh,
Period.
Two savings accounts. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got a lot of... All right, we back. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hi.
You know that clip of, was that Miss Juicy? Hey.
When she walked in the room?
Yeah, that's us when this episode pop out. Y'all, first of all.
Life.
Nah, for real.
Can you just say life?
I know we don't say it several times. This might be the longest we ever went without an episode. First of all, y'all, Hazel is in the background barking. There's nothing I can do about it. You either can ignore it or you can just, you know what I'm saying, complain about it, but there's nothing we can do about it. So I'm just going to let you know that now. If you can even hear her, but she's not happy about being in her crate because she don't know boundaries.
It's cool. She a puppy. But yeah, she hasn't gotten used to me yet, so she's trying to explore me.
Okay. But
Not
yeah,
like
so
that.
Draco, where you been at?
Where have I been? All right, so for me, life has just been lifing. As you all know, I am moving to, I was gonna say Atlanta.
You keep saying move in, but you moved. You already got an address.
I do, but where am I now?
Okay, go ahead.
So, I won't consider myself fully moved until this apartment here is gone. Like, to the point where when I come here, I got to get a hotel.
Okay.
So, that's...
I get it.
Moved yet,
you can stay here.
Okay.
If you ever want to. I got an extra, and you can sleep at Hazel room.
Cool. Me and my best friend. My other one. So I've been doing that. I ended up having to move a little sooner. So I was supposed to move on the 15th, and I had to move in on the 8th because of work. Was going to interfere with my move-in day. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do it early. I hit up my building manager, and she gave me the keys. So she was like, you can pull up.
Yeah, anything to help them get paid sooner.
She didn't ask for no money.
Oh.
I asked her, I don't know. It's one of those buildings that's like privately owned, so they can kind of do what they want to do. That lady told me that when I moved in, she's supposed to help me set up the lights. I don't know if the lights included in the rent now or what. She ain't said nothing.
You better say something for you get that darn back pay bill.
So, I mean, if it is, that's cool. I know I don't have to pay first month rent there, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. I know that's right. Well, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I've been back and forth, just exploring LA, trying to get acquainted with the area. I have rented a car out there, and I just been driving. Two things I learned is that I am not a defensive driver. However, you have to be a defensive driver in LA, and I just really...
So it's worse than out here.
Yeah. The people out there... So the thing about it is... Compared to LA, Atlanta people drive slow. That's a part of the traffic.
I think compared to the whole country.
Yeah. So I never really realized that because I lived here. But me having to just commute every day in LA, I'm like, you know what? People in Atlanta just drive really slow. That's what it is.
Let me ask you this, though. Do we drive slow or is the speed limit low?
We drive slow. Either way, if the speed limit low or not, that's the reason why traffic not moving.
That we abiding by the law now.
It's not. But I realized that today, like even when I was driving, I did a lot of driving this past weekend here, and I'm like driving like I'm in LA, so it looked like I'm speeding, and I probably am, but I'm like, I done got so used to driving out there. Then it's the lanes are really small out there.
Yeah.
Like when I say small, they are small. That part is irritating. So you really have to like focus on the road for real because the lanes are so small, and then it's just, you got to speed it up a little bit. It ain't that bad though. The only thing, the traffic is really bad. Like my friend, I ended up booking a client while I was out there, and it was my friend's friend. Ironically, she stays across the hall from him. And so I live in downtown LA. They live in Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is only like 30 minutes away from downtown. It's not that far.
Yeah.
But I had to go to her during traffic, which was like 6 p.m., and it was an hour and 11 minutes from my door to get there.
Jesus.
So I was like, oh, this is something I got to get used to.
And was it like rush hour or this was just any random time of the day?
So
I can't get jiggy with traffic. I can't even do it.
I can't get jiggy with traffic, but out there you can't escape it because their traffic starts at like 1 p.m. and it doesn't end till 7:30.
That's crazy.
So it's not like a gap in between. It's consistent traffic all the way up until like 7:30, and then once it gets dark outside, it's back to normal. Like, you know, but during the day, of course, is like when you have to do stuff. But I will say that the time change is fire for me because I wake up here at like 10 a.m. But 10 a.m. here is like 7 a.m. out there. So I feel like I get an earlier start. Yeah. I get an early start and I get to do stuff. Like I wake up with energy.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me just, because I wake up.
I think it's easier to adjust out there than coming back. Because when I was coming back, even though it's just 3 hours, it had a big old impact.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Another thing is I have committed to Instacart. I told myself I would not do nothing like that.
Oh yeah, but I'm team
just
Instacart.
Because I mean I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I think for me I just really enjoy going grocery shopping.
Yeah.
But since I don't have a parking spot in my building yet, I have to park in the street decks, and they're not close to the apartment. So I have to carry all those bags down the street.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
And then I have to go up to my floor. So I'm like, you know what? Instacart bring it right to your door. So they definitely
you can get one of them roller carts too.
See, I got that, but I have it here though, so I gotta wait till it get because I'm not buying another one.
Now, if you're gonna keep using Instacart, go ahead and pay for that annual membership because it'll waive them fees, like $100 a year.
I don't got that.
I'm telling you to.
I don't have $100.
Oh, well, you gonna spend?
I'm just playing.
I'm about to say because I had it when the pandemic first started, and even after like between 5 and 10 deliveries, you don't pay more than the membership.
Okay.
And you get a discount. Like you just save all them fees. A lot of people who do one-offs here and there still end up paying more than $100 in fees over time. Yeah. So you know.
Oh yeah, sometimes I Instacart more than once a day because I Instacart something from Target or Walmart, and then I go to Ralph's, which is their version of Kroger. Well, it's the same company because I use my Kroger card, but
it is.
It was something else that I said I had to get adjusted to out there.
And if you do the free trial, I think you get a discount on the membership too. So anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's pretty cool though.
Membership.
I just can't wait to get my stuff there. I can't wait to get all my furniture in there. It's a lot of space, so I gotta like really decorate it. And just comparing my apartment to other people's apartments, I really enjoy the space. I enjoy the convenience of it. So as of now, I'm okay with it, and I think I'm gonna re-sign the lease. I mean, I know it's early on.
Yeah, but you can kind of peep if you really, really like it.
Yeah,
I don't folks who move and they like, once it's leased up.
The way that it is and how difficult it is to move in, I probably won't even move out of that apartment for a long time. Get you to stay. It's fine though.
But you satisfied with it? I mean, I think that's what's most important though. Yeah. You like with the area in general?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So yeah, it's a lot of good food places around.
Now, how do you see yourself taking clients at your house, or do you think that's probably not gonna happen?
So the apartment building is home to a lot of live workspaces. So my neighbors are like barbers, photographers. So they have like photography studios in their house. Some people don't even live there; they just use it as a studio because it's like literally nothing but
good
studios.
Enough to be there.
Yeah. So some people even use it for like a design studio. Like she showed me one apartment that had like I guess a reception area, and she was like, the person who used to live there, they was a fashion designer, so that part was like where they sold, and they had their sewing machine up on the thing, and then they had like their clothes and stuff set up in there in the other part. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't do that, and the cabinet's old, so I rather
we don't do old cabinets or non-stainless steel appliances.
Oh yeah, no.
Sorry, I seen that thread on Twitter. I wanted to join in, but clearly, that's projecting or something like that.
It was something they brought up to
pads versus tampons. Also been wearing tampons since 10th grade. Wanted to jump into that thread too, but I didn't want to be called the tampon Tiffany. So.
Oh wow. I saw the thing about washing machines. They were saying it was like a white washing machine, and it was they was like you still.
That's the thing. When I see those kind of tweets, I don't even engage anyway because people are intentionally saying problematic stuff to get retweets and stuff. Like the person was like, "So this what y'all wash y'all clothes in LMAO?" I'm like, this is so unsolicited, but it gets the people up in an uproar, like the girl with the vase and the flowers. But let's save that for tweets from the streets.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, life is pretty good.
Okay.
I just keep back and forth.
I can't wait wait till you get settled in so I can visit, because I ain't trying to come out there multiple times in 1 year.
I mean, if you do, it's fine. I mean, I don't care. But
I'm saying I just want to, have a good experience, and I need to go to San Diego, so I just need it. No, I said that wrong.
No,
I can't wait till you get settled in.
No, you listen. I would not get offended. That flight long.
It ain't that. Listen, after Kenya, baby, ain't no flight long.
I'm used to it now though, but also I just realized that I've been booking my flights wrong because I'm the type of person where I don't like layovers, but if it's gonna take $300 off the ticket, I'm gonna do it.
No, please don't. I'm sorry. Immediately no.
Well,
immediately no.
It's $600 one way to go from Atlanta to LAX, but if you go to Burbank, it's $3 something.
Oh, okay, but they got layovers.
But it's a layover in Salt Lake City. Every time.
I mean, Salt Lake City not that far.
No, it's not. So that's why I was like...
I hate... You know what? I just don't like flying. I don't like takeoff. Takeoff is my least favorite part. So I try to avoid layovers by any means. It's like, it really makes me super anxious. I've had 2 really bad takeoffs. Like, shaky takeoffs. Oh, my God. I'll never forget when me and my cousin was leaving Cincinnati. I was like, oh.
This the time.
Not only did I travel during the pandemic, but I'm about to be punished for it right now. And it was so bad, and I'm like, y'all don't feel this?
Yeah, I don't know. I fly a lot, so that stuff. I literally be asleep before the takeoff.
Yeah, I hear you. I can't. The only time I could really sleep is when I had Delta 1, and if I gotta do that to fall asleep, I'm gonna be very poor. But let me ask you this though. Oh, maybe this could be a hack. I don't know. You might have to try it out. But there's an app called Skip Lags, and people use Skip Lag to get, like, so let's say, for example, a flight from Atlanta to LA or Burbank, wherever, is $600.
Yeah.
But you can probably find a flight to China that has a layover in Burbank, which is like $400, but it end up being nonstop. Because the layover is where you're actually trying to go for the entire trip to China.
Okay.
And so the only thing is you can't check a bag, and you obviously got to get on at the start. Now, this don't work for everybody all the time, but I've definitely seen people, and that was a very, like, I highly doubt you're going to find a trip to China that's going to be cheaper. But I'm just saying, for example, there are a lot of times, like I had a friend that went to Nigeria, for example, and he had to fly, to save $800, he had to fly from Atlanta to New York, and then New York back to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Nigeria. But, as annoying as that was, the flight to Atlanta to New York was only 4 hours. He had to spend 4 more hours to save $800. In his eyes, that was just a bet. It didn't matter. And his layover in Atlanta was 8 hours, so he just came right back home. Dang. But little things like that can't help. I mean, it could be annoying, but if
could he just skipped out on the flight?
No, because you got to check in. You got to check in for the flight to get to New York and the one to get to Atlanta for it to even count. Because if you're not on that original flight, I don't know however it worked, they look at it as an empty seat. Yeah, basically.
Okay. See, the only reason why that won't work for me now is because I'm moving. So when I go back this time, I'm gonna be taking those suitcases because I got them filled. Check them bags. And that was fine for me because even though I had to pay $150 for those bags and I bought 3 of them, the fact that Delta, if it's over $50, they automatically put your bag at $200. So I have 3 of them, and I was going to pay $600. But since I'm platinum, I get free bags, and I only had to pay the overages, so I only had to pay $125. And
that's cheaper than renting a U-Haul and driving across the country.
That's what I'm saying. Because everybody's like, "Why are you doing it that way?" I'm like, "Listen,
it's really genius." I would have never thought, and I would never thought about it. That just makes sense. And also, y'all want to point out that my dog did stop barking. So let's hope that she done for good. This is the thing. She'll bark and realize it don't mean nothing. She just be quiet until I come get her. Yeah. But anyway, all right, let's get into the episode. So first things first, you got a Black Business of the Week.
I sure do. Let me tell y'all about my new spot. So hold on, I'm finna pull it up. I've been trying to find the owner, but I couldn't. So, anywho, so this place has been popular for a long time, like a very long time. But see, I had a bad experience. I'm not going to name the place, but I had a bad experience with a similar looking plate.
Okay.
And it just tasted like pure iodine. Like it was like garlic iodine. Ooh. So I just was like, that's not really my judge. I don't want it no more. Like, it really scarred me. So my friend, she recently went to this crab place called King Crab ATL. And I've been off the little crab bags. Like if I do eat crab legs, I'll go to Spondivits because it's very clean. It's like not messy at all. So she was like, "You got to try it. It's really good." I'm like, "I don't want it because I feel like it's gonna be salty." She was like, "No, it's not. It's really good." So I listened to her. I'm like, "Whatever." The plate was only like $25, which is cheap for what I got. And I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'm gonna go get it." And it's 2 minutes from my apartment in Atlanta. I promise y'all.
Yeah, I hear him. Okay. From your apartment in Atlanta. Keep going.
I had to say that because if I say 2 minutes from my apartment, I think I'm talking about the one I just got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said King Crab ATL.
Oh, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
you so mad because I got 2 apartments and you don't.
You the one overpaying.
One of them ain't paying.
Ooh.
So
That's right. Oh, yeah, because...
we'll talk about it later. But nah, I went and got it, and I'm like, hold on. Like, it was one of them things where, like, I had to just eat another piece to make sure I wasn't tripping. That crab plate was so good. And now, I normally don't even get potatoes on my crab plate. I got the potatoes, and it was amazing. Amazing. Like, I don't have nothing else to say. Place is black owned.
I'm gonna have to try them out because you sent me their page and I just, I'm really hesitant about the butter sauce. It looked good, but am I gonna be worried about needing like some blood thinners or something like that?
Don't know.
Who they follow? One person, it better be themselves. Oh, they follow DeBrat? Well, she got some involvement. She the only one they follow.
I really feel like this is she may be part owner or something.
Or the owner. Shoot, she the only one.
It was another location though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But.
Well, I'll try it out. I would say let's go today, but I gotta starve myself before I eat something. I gotta prepare.
Yeah, but it was amazing. Like I'm not a fan of the salty crab bags no more. So I just was like, whatever. But the fact that it comes in a plate, I think that is more appealing too.
Yeah.
Because my hands don't get as messy.
Now I do appreciate that. I mean, the bag stuff is cool with the bib and the gloves and all that, but it get old quick.
Yeah. So I honestly think that I'm gonna buy some of the sauce and take it to LA with me.
Oh, brother.
Because the seafood out there don't really be giving.
You just love transporting stuff, don't you? Okay.
When you get 3 free bags, that's just 3 free check bags and they all Sky Priority.
No, that's what's up. Okay, cool. Shout out to King Crab ATL. We will put the information in the episode notes.
My mouth watering.
Okay.
Just watch it. I'm talking about the butter on the corn though.
I know that's right.
Man.
Now y'all know since the last time we recorded, I mean a lot of things have happened, and that ain't got nothing to do with us. Okay, we not gonna really try to catch up, but I do want to talk about some things. So first, let's get into tweets from the streets. There was this video of this young woman who basically a man gave her roses, right? And she was just like, oh, this man gave me the roses, no water, no vase. And like, just was making a big deal about this man buying her roses but not giving her a vase. So obviously, naturally, and deserving, she got drugged on Twitter. People basically saying like, first of all, you ain't got no vase, so clearly you ain't never got flowers before.
Yeah.
I got like 100 vases. I swear to God, I got them for every style. Cause one thing we all having is flowers. But anyway, the video was kind of long. First of all, she was in a very clothy sedan from the 90s. I can assure you. Number one. Number two, she didn't even present herself as someone that even deserves a gift. If you're gonna have this kind of energy, you need to come correct and look like you used to nice things. So she was not giving that kind of vibe.
You said the clothy seats.
It was giving 95 Camry. I mean, it was.
I'm so glad I got leather seats put in my car.
Well, your car not even from the 90s. Like, let's be for real. There's a difference between how your car look and how her car look. It's not even to shame necessarily, but it is.
Nah, I get it.
But yeah, it was just really annoying. And this is something I've just been noticing with the evolution of social media. I think that people... Now, I could be wrong. I could be misjudged. And I also could be just seeing the 1% of the population. But I see a lot of unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating and romance on social media. Like, people are very entitled. They really want the extreme from people who are not even capable of providing that. Like, in Atlanta, it's always been known, like, sat chasers, ballers, rappers. Like, people really getting stuff out of these dudes. But people fail to realize that everybody don't qualify for that kind of treatment. And the people that's getting that kind of treatment are either doing something in exchange or putting up with something that some people would not for that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody just going as far as getting you flowers is very thoughtful. Number one, I love getting flowers. And I mean, the fact that somebody didn't bring a vase, now if he brought you a vase, you're going to talk about how ugly it is.
Yeah.
Or all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just unnecessary. So I just want to I just want to bring that up and just like talk about how entitled and ungrateful y'all are and undeserving on top of that. Because she even went on in that video talking about how the flower sat on her floor for 3 days. So that's really your fault. Cause no one, you ain't got no counter. But it's just so annoying. I feel like, I don't know how old she was. She definitely wasn't older than us. But I just hate that the information that we see is also visible by people much younger. So it just kind of breeds another generation of entitlement and unintelligence and, you know, misfortune. And it's not cool. And I mean, I don't see folks, you know, get locked up because they got some pressure to provide a certain kind of image or lifestyle for folks. And not that it should ever go that far, but people like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's so fun that you say that the impact of social media be having on people like that, because recently I had a conversation with my sister about my niece. My youngest niece is 20. She's been dating this boy since she was in high school, apparently. But so she's been dating him for a minute, and so my sister was telling me that she has been thinking about breaking up with him, and she was like, why? And she don't really have no reason. She just keeps saying like, he don't know how to dress and he don't do this and da da da.
Girl, and 20, you been knew that.
Yeah. So, you know, now that she's into different things and like, you know, she like different stuff, I'm just like, you can't say that. And I think that my sister said the boy just is so nice and respectful to her, and he gets her things. He take her out on nice dates and stuff. But
and that's not common.
To her, that's not enough because of what she's seeing on social media. She's seeing that these guys are like buying their girlfriends jewelry and cars and all that stuff. And she hasn't said this out of her mouth that that's what she wants. But you can tell that's what it's coming from. But that's what I can definitely see where it's really coming from. So I'm like, you know, you just don't want to do that. Like I said I was going to probably talk to her too, but in the same breath, I remember when I was her age or younger and people older than me would try to come and like school me on the game. I didn't really care.
Yeah, because in your eyes, you see it's happening. So why not you? But it's the thing, a lot of people scam, and maybe some people don't care about that. They might not care. They just want the material things. But let me tell you something. It's a lot. I don't mean to associate these guys with that, but it's a lot of abusive, disrespectful, trifling, nasty, stinking, STD having, I say abusive again, dudes that paint these pictures of spoiling their girl, but they do not get treated like they mean nothing. So it's like, you got this dude that's really, not saying you should settle. If you're not happy, then leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't need to waste the other person's time. But you also need to be realistic about what you think you're supposed to have and what you going to actually be getting, especially as young as 20.
Yeah. Now, we could take it back to that girl, favorite foreign, who hang out with Eric and Tay, and she had that post where her boyfriend basically embarrassed her for buying her that chain. Her? Yeah, he got her that chain, and he was listing all the stuff that he put her through, and it's like, oh yeah, she deserved it. That's embarrassing.
And she was an airhead though.
Yeah, because she came back defending him.
Yeah, exactly. But she was an airhead in real life, and and that's the thing too. And I do know that because of social media and online marketing, all these things, there are a lot more young people getting a lot of money fast.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, is that all that's important? Like, yes, I want it. Like, for me, I definitely dated broke men before, right? But I always did want more for them. I always wanted them to treat me nice, take me on nice dates. But I also looked at the lifestyle that I had. So I had to be realistic about what I had access to, which was always more than them. Let's be clear. But I definitely, like, where I'm at in my life now, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a Rolex for my birthday. But I'm also in a position where I could get my own, and I'm not dating no man that don't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, that's not having his own way. But I'm 32.
I was about to say that. I'm like, but you at that age
bought a whole lot. I don't spend a lot of money on myself. You know what I'm saying? So I obviously would only be attracted to men that's similar to that and you know, in my life. But at 20, you definitely not gonna find a lot of men that's serious.
Yeah.
Unless you date older, you definitely getting cheated on. Definitely probably got some step kids. You might have a kid, and he definitely don't take you serious. He just know that he can control you and manipulate you. I know nobody want to hear that, but it's the truth.
Yeah. And see, it's different from me because I've always had, like, well, in the last couple of years, I've definitely always kind of like worked for myself and made my own money. But I think in more recent years, I just started seeing money that I never saw before.
Me too. Just now. I mean, last couple of years, I'm really at a place where I am comfortable, where I can spend a certain amount of money and don't even think twice about it. And that's, I mean, I'm grateful, but it took a long time, and I ain't cut no corners.
Yeah. So I'm at a point now where I'm like, you know what? I need to kind of date around my tax bracket. We're gonna say that.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's how I agree. But but you gotta think about it too. I mean, I feel like your niece was born a little bit after. I mean, she was born during social media, but when IG blew up, I mean, it's kind of when she kind of got mature. So I feel like that is really what they care about, that portfolio that they can put on the internet. And that is so empty, but to us it's empty, but to them, I guess it's like when you Valentine's Day and the dude bring out them flowers and stuff to the school. Like it's important. But I just need people to not miss the big picture. Like if your intent is to have, you know, one day you want to get married and you want a family, you want a man that care about you, don't ruin that by moving on to something else and gonna keep searching for what you had before year after year after year. Cause then she probably gonna ruin her boyfriend. Yeah,
it's something about that year 2000. She was born in 2001, but from year 2000 on up, that it's like they have a different view on things, which I know that's gonna happen over the years. Stuff is gonna change, but I'm like, not we at this point.
It's just not real. It's really not realistic. And another thing too, I saw, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's also painting a false picture. I always see these threads on Instagram about girls who went to the gym and have these bodies, but I need y'all to know that you can't get hips in the gym. You can get abs.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no booty genetically, you're not gonna have one in the gym. I need folks to stop lying to y'all. But me, my flat booty self can go to the gym and get all the muscles in the world, and I promise you my booty's still gonna be flat. Titty's still gonna be tittying.
And that's okay.
And it's okay, but I saw this girl tweet the other day that she feels like some of these BBL girls will make a lot more money by selling, you know, books about how to maintain a BBL versus acting like they got it in the gym. And I agree.
Yeah.
And they could talk about the harmful impact that, you know, people be doctor gating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, whatever, to each their own, but I just don't think it's fair, and it's really harmful to these women. And we see it all the time. We even look at some of these families, like now these brands are just now embracing bodies after they don't told them that they got to look like an ant or a bobby pin or something like that. It's just really not cool. I hate it. You know, I know people might think it's something as innocent as posting a flawless picture on their page, but these are people thinking that what you look like is false. I seen that picture of Ari on the red carpet, and she had like cellulite on her legs, and people was roasting her talking about she need to get her legs. I'm like, that's what legs look like.
Yeah.
Nobody leg look like how about to say don't look like a baked potato. Actually, it do. Like a baked potato.
Yeah.
But it's really sad. But yeah, I hope that she don't. I mean, like I said, if she ain't happy with him, she do need to let it go. But I feel a little bad for him because he ain't gonna be that kind to the next girl.
No.
That's over with.
And it's just like now he feel like he got to do certain things in order to get a girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say people be risking their freedom because of that pressure they getting put on her for some Instagram pictures. And watch, whoever she end up with next, she gonna be posting them every day, posting all the stuff he doing, and then he gonna be calling her a B word and cussing your sister out. I'm just saying, come with it. I'm sorry.
My sister got a gun.
She do, and I'm scared of her too. But I'm just saying, him. I just hate that it's superficial like that. But you know what? I can tell that she is on a path of providing that kind of life for herself.
Yeah.
So sure, but don't feel like you deserve that out the gate, and don't like if I do now. One thing I will say, if a dude can't dress, I mean, you can lead him to the rack. But you can't make them. You can't make them put that ish on, because it's got to be in you. Okay.
Let me tell you something. Let's move on, because I just had some flashbacks of just guys in general that just
can't put that ish on.
And you know what's so crazy? I've always been like a very eclectic person. Like I just was weird all the time. I remember in 6th grade, I went in Greenbrier. I had $40. My mom gave me some money. I said, you know what? I'm going to take $40 to go buy me some clothes. I don't know what store it was.
Skills, probably.
The store had bucket hats. I decided that when I saw the bucket hats that I didn't want to wear it like a bucket hat. I wanted to cut a hole in the top and wear it as like a bucket hat visor. I don't know why.
When you poor, you start being creative. That's why the best designers come from the streets.
That's what I'm saying. So I took that home. I brought me some because the look back in the day was like the bucket hats with a string and army fatigue pants, and then you get like a tall t-shirt or something. Mm-hmm. So I got that outfit. But
you can really get away with being a little cheap. We still can get away with
Yeah.
cheap now, but back then, me and y'all had it easy.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to wear that outfit, but I don't want to wear it like everybody else. Because everybody with the uniform was a bucket hat, a black and white t-shirt, some army fatigue pants, and some soldier Reeboks. So I just wanted to hold in my hat because I'm like, something has to be different from everybody else's. So I cut a hole in the top of it and just put it on.
You didn't even have hair for real, did you?
Had a whole fade. So, you know, it was just, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. So I've always been like that. So when it comes to me dating, I never expect I don't expect them to be like that. I'm like, this has always been me. Like,
And you got to pick your battles because I definitely want a man that can dress, but he ain't got to be like I don't like a dude that be posing for pictures all the time.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's different.
Yeah, it's different for you. But for me, a dude that be like the way they be looking with their eyebrows and their eyes, I don't like that combination. And I feel like, number one, they get a lot of attention. I don't have time to be fighting.
Oh, my God.
Number two, I just feel like they have a level of cockiness that I'm not trying to compete with. And I also feel like, I'm just not into. I always been into like low key nice guys, so yeah. I'm just gonna stick to that lane. It's worked for me, and I never had a problem finding a man. So
one of my favorite Instagram followers, her boyfriend and her are expecting their first child, and he's like,
sorry to hear that. I'm just kidding. Congrats to them.
She is a regular girl. Like, she wears like regular things. Most of the time, she wears workout clothes because she is into fitness.
Yeah.
But her boyfriend works at a high-end luxury retail store.
Okay.
And he's more so into fashion, like, a lot. So it just be weird to me to see him, like, overly... And I could just be being judgmental, but every time I see them together, she's just, like, enjoying the moment. Like, say, for instance, they'll go to Barcelona or something.
Mm-hmm. And I need to check them out.
Huh?
I said I need to check them out.
So I'm like, they'll go to Barcelona, the country, and she's like...
Oh, I'm thinking about the restaurant.
No, I need to check them out too, though. But they'll go to the country, and then, like, she's like, oh, just having some, doing wine tastings and da-da-da, loving the moment. And he, in the background, like, yeah, Barcelona, Gucci head to toe.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I'm like...
I'm not attracted to that at all. It's just something about that to me.
That's so ugly.
Yeah, and I do think there's some tact to being one of those guys that carry on that way on social media. But I actually love a man with no social media accounts. And no desire to take pictures. I mean, it's just, I swear it's a personality trait. It really is. And I'm not interested. And another thing I wanted to add to the situation about your niece, that's why I'm not an advocate for high school sweethearts. I feel like when you in high school, more than likely you being supported by your parents. And then it's not until you really are an adult and into your 20s that you are fully supporting yourself and have reached your peak creativity of how you want yourself to be. And 9 times out of 10, the person that you was with in high school is not going to be in that same path. It just was never that way. Wow. The page you just sent me definitely familiar.
Okay.
But I've seen her. Oh, she's really pretty though. Okay, but she's not. I mean, you think that's regular?
I mean, it's not regular, but she doesn't just be like, "Hey, y'all."
I mean,
I'm getting.
I hear you, but I get that when
she dresses really nice.
Yeah, you said workout clothes. I'm thinking like gym rack.
Not all the time, but I'm saying like she dresses really nice, but.
I get it though.
She's not
just
giving
over the top.
like, hey, look at me.
Yeah. She didn't have that many posts. But yeah, so the high school sweetheart thing is such a gamble because yes, you fall in love with this person. You are really growing up with them, and like your niece said, like he don't know how to dress. Yeah. He probably never did, but he had asked somebody had, I just want people to explore themselves responsibly before making those kind of long-term commitments. Cause it's not fair. While there are success stories, I don't think it's fair to be be in your youthful years and making senior decisions for the rest of your life. It's just not fair. And you really don't fully grow. I mean, I know this isn't the same thing, but if anybody keeps up with De'Ara and Ken, y'all see how De'Ara been literally thriving, posting every other day out with her friends, out with whoever she with, and just carrying on that. They not the same thing, but I remember when I first discovered them on YouTube, I used to think like they so young and they've been together this long and blah blah blah. Like they're probably not. It's not good for them. You know what I'm saying? And they document everything. So to me, while that can be helpful for their relationship, you can't really develop and grow together when you document everything because you have an image to keep up. Yeah. And now she just, you know what I'm saying, she don't got her own place, and you can't put a price on personal development than living alone. But anyway, I say all that to say is like you just gotta listen. You do really like him and you do really love him, but I promise you there are more. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And what you thought was perfect for you is not when you turn 26, 27. I'm telling you now. Anyway, all right, we carrying on. All right, so I want to get into shop talk. So there was two things that happened during our unintentional break, okay? The first thing was when Facebook and Instagram shut down. I was really praying to the guys that they never came back. Now, that's with consideration of people who made their money, including you, on social media. But for me, I was totally fine with it never coming back. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, as somebody who has really built a lot of their clientele and career from social media, what would you have done if it never came back?
So I'm glad that I'm one of those people who started their career off of social media first, but social media has really been good in me leveling up my career. Mm-hmm. So I use it now as just like a portfolio because people don't really use websites no more when it comes to makeup and hair. Like nobody would be like, "Oh, do you have a website?" They would say, "What's your Instagram?" It's like a booking
site, which is connected to your Instagram.
Yeah, but I mean, like as far as like a portfolio site, now I still have one because with certain discounts and certain things that you have access to as a professional, they require you to have a website. So I make sure I pay my stuff every month. But I don't know, especially with me moving, I definitely would have just had to do it on feet like I did before. Like before, when I was working in a salon, I ain't had no clients. I used to have to walk the streets with flyers.
Yeah. And you would do that again?
I mean, the whole point of me moving is to get back to that.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I think that in Atlanta, I got way too comfortable. And it's to the point where, like, I'm bored. And, like, I don't feel myself getting creative. I want to experience something new. I want to, like, feel... I always look back and look at different times and even just, like, the reflection of my work. And I'm like, dang, I was really thriving at that moment. Even though now I'm thriving even more, but it's just, like, kind of boring to me in certain aspects of my life. Like, I love my job and I love what I do and whatever. But in a sense, I kind of felt myself falling out of love with it because... I just wasn't getting appreciated here. Like people just in Atlanta, getting your makeup done is just so normal to everybody. Like people get their makeup done every day, and there's so many people that do it that they're willing to. People are willing to just get paid the bare minimum just to say they're working with somebody or doing certain things, and I hate that because it's like, how dare that? Why does that make you comfortable to do that when this person is literally sitting in your chair with thousands of dollars worth of clothes, and you know what I'm saying? Whether they bought it or not, you have to look at yourself as a luxury service.
Right, because you doing their makeup does more for them than
you even know. Like,
yeah.
So with that happening to me going to LA and just really experiencing genuine people that like appreciate what I do and they don't mind paying what I charge. They don't mind opening their mouth to refer me. They're like, oh my God, we finally got somebody out here that can do dark skinned girls, that can do brown girls, that can make us look glamorous and da. We'll pay you this because we need you. You know what I'm saying? That felt great opposed to, I mean, I don't gotta use you charge too much. I just go to whatchamacallit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
go to whatchamacallit and be looking like a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. I don't know. So I honestly would have figured it out. Like at this point, I'm thankful of myself for saving money over the pandemic. So I have a good amount of savings that'll hold me over for the next couple months if something does happen. But I'm the type of person where I wouldn't be able to be still. So I would have figured it out. I don't know what exactly I would have did, but I would have figured it out.
No, I know you would have. And the thing is, I mean, if it's shut down, you wouldn't be the only one who missing out on social media. So everybody would have to somehow find a way. I just was curious because something I've always thought about, even for the podcast, is I've always been like, one day all this stuff can be gone. So what is your alternative? And I've always thought about email lists and text groups. Like,
oh yeah,
like how Fashion Nova, for example, will send out text. Now it ain't got to be that annoying. But you having clients, you have their emails and their phone numbers, stuff like that. And even, you ain't got to be like blasting them, but sometimes that might be a good way to keep them in the loop. Somebody who I see do that really well is Terry. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody.
Let me tell you, Terry has really did a 360 because like fast.
Yeah.
And she really studied.
I mean, even from losing her whole account
and
having to start over and still be like, she really, to me, and what I love is I don't know her personally. Well, I know her because of you, but I never met her per se. But she literally started from like ground zero of followers, and it just shows like it ain't even just about having followers. It's just about answering a question that somebody needs and providing a service that people need. But I love what she does with her emails, with her way of marketing and communicating. And it's really the best way to go about it because, like, I mean, in her situation, when her social media was gone, she still was having webinars and stuff that. And I'm just like, that is the best.
She was still having her way. When I tell you, I asked her, I asked her a lot of questions. Like, we talk a lot. And I asked her how much, what's her pricing for, like, one-on-one marketing for people, and she told me, I was like,
and you know what, pay it because she doing it.
I was asking for myself.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I was just like, girl, you going off.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's to the fact she ain't even taking clients no more. And she's really, I think that's really cool. I admire it. But yeah, it just made me think about that. I mean, I hope that nobody ever has to lose their quality of life because an app is gone. But I do also hope that everybody has a backup plan for the day that it could potentially happen. But yeah, as far as my account, if it gets shut down, it's shut down for life, baby. I'm sorry.
I feel it.
I might have to use Hazel's Instagram page if I got to.
Oh
but
my God.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of people been getting their pages hacked, though.
You know why? Well, it's a couple reasons why, but y'all got to stop clicking links from people you don't know.
What you mean?
So a couple people I know or have seen have gotten these DMs from people saying that they would like have some free webinar on how to trade Bitcoin and stuff like that, and they'll send them a link to sign up, and then that sign up, it's like, have you ever seen the thing that says sign in through Gmail? It's kind of like that.
Oh.
And so they would sign in and they would have access to their passwords, their emails, their device and things like that. If you do not know, if you cannot verify who the sender is, y'all, just don't click it. Honestly, truly, it's not worth it. I remember one time I had accidentally clicked on this link that UPS or appeared to be UPS sent me. And when I clicked that, when I tell you 36 different windows open on my phone, I got scared. I literally changed all my passwords right then and there. I couldn't even, like, and I'm usually really careful about that, especially somebody that worked for a company that was super, like, that is super secure on privacy and information and stuff like that. But these hackers have gotten extremely creative with it's almost hard. It's not like them emails from the Nigerian prince. This is like really people saying, hey, Alicia, here you go, such and such. Like, they really are impersonating things that you are familiar with, and people are clicking these links, something as simple as that, and losing their accounts right away.
Yeah, no.
And also set up two-step verification, y'all. I can't express that enough. Like,
I did that, when I also be flagging, like, anytime people DM me with, like, because the email, the DMs that I get a lot is they like, we can get your account verified every single day. They send me something like, oh, you have low engagement on your page and you need your account verified. I just flag
I believe all of those are doing similar stuff for real. Because they could just say anything. It's all about you clicking on that darn link. So it don't even reply, y'all, because who knows? They could probably get something off of that. But anyway, all right. So we deep into this episode. Let's get, oh, my bad. I wanted to just take a moment and denounce.
Oh, here we go. I think I'm gonna sit back and
Nicki the Minaj. Y'all know I don't like her. I'm sorry, and I sound like a hater, truly. But she has done some things recently that have really irked me. Honestly, truly, I really mean this. Like, I really try not to follow like the cancel culture handbook, but sometimes when certain figures do things, I do decide not to no longer support them. Now, it's a little different, Nicki Minaj, because y'all know I was never a Barb to begin with, but I definitely liked her verse on Monster. Definitely know it verse for word for word, bar for bar. But there's a couple things I've seen from her over the years, in addition to like past couple weeks, that I'm just like, all right, I'm done. So first things first, we're gonna talk about marrying a sex offender. Okay, yeah, he did a long time ago. I get it. He was really young. And if I was in that situation, I probably would handle it like her as well. It's like, look, you was really young. I have experience with you before. I know that you're not that kind of person. Okay, cool. I can forgive that. Whatever. But also, in my mind, if I know I want kids, probably don't want to have them with this guy. But sometimes love trumps dumb. You know what I'm saying? Or love is dumb. Y'all pick. So, okay, cool. Then, I know her brother is a pedophile, and people were kind of like upset that she was paying his lawyer fees. I didn't really feel like that was a big deal, paying your family's lawyer fees. Like, nobody wants to see their family suffer. Now, I do think that, like, if my brother was a sex offender and he needed lawyer help, sorry, I can't help you, but I can't, she's Caribbean. Maybe they got different, rules. Benefit of the doubt. Again, number 2, her alter ego is Roman Zelanski, which is a play on Roman Polanski, which is a real life living today fugitive sex offender who has recreated his life. Not even recreated, really he has really transferred his career overseas. I believe he's in France, continuing to win awards for his work. And to me, I didn't know who Roman Polanski was until I came across this podcast that talked about him, and I'm like, why would Nicki Minaj make her alter ego be that name? Like, why would you pick that name of all names? Because he's actually notoriously known for that, like very infamous for that. And it made me think about like R. Kelly calling himself the Pied Piper. Like the Pied Piper is like a fictional character that lured kids from the sound of his music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, all right, Nicki Minaj. And then I remember when Tekashi 6ix9ine got out of prison as somebody that claimed to rep the streets and all this other stuff, did a song with a snitch. And I'm like, okay. Again, not my artist, not my problem. Okay, cool. Then this situation, now I wish I had the name of this artist. That's how much I don't care about her. But there's an artist who is, I believe, Russian, and I think her parents are Russian and Swiss. I could be wrong, y'all. That don't negate the fact that she ain't black. Okay, so there's this white artist who basically has been blackfishing. And if I'm not mistaken, she's under black management now. But anyway, she's basically been presenting herself as a dark-skinned woman or darker-skinned woman. And she did a song with Nicki Minaj. People were really outraged. And I think that and I follow a lot of people from the UK. This is how I always end up in the loop and stuff that be going on over there. But yeah, a lot of them were surprised, like, who is this woman? And they were also talking about how light Nicki looked in the video. But I'm like, Nicki probably looked light because she was next to that dark one. But she did look light. But anyway, the girl got a lot of dragness from social media, and a lot of Americans who didn't know who she was were introduced to her, but are also seeing this stuff on social media of how she used to look a couple of days prior and different things she would be doing, like doing music videos with these black men, giving this hood aesthetic when she's not, like, she's literally like a Selena Gomez. And I won't even say Selena, because Selena Gomez got darker skin than her. But Nicki Minaj went on live with her and was basically like telling her, girl, they'll be all right. I wear blonde hair and blah, just really like gaslighting the whole black community, if you ask me. And I'm like, when you weren't giving this same energy to Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, I did. I thought about that, and it was something else.
And it's like, and then she even brought Kylie Jenner in it. Yeah, and this is my thing. Blackfishing is not okay. My biggest problem with it is that black people are the most disrespected, but then white people get the most benefit by pretending to be us or pretending to have our aesthetic. And you cannot negate that. And I feel like Nicki Minaj was trying to not necessarily negate it, but she was saying it's okay. It's not a big deal because everybody else is doing it. And that's not cool. I'm not okay with that. And on top of that, don't use our likeness for your convenience. Now you got this record with the biggest artist in the world, and this is what you want to do to kind of adapt to her fans, I guess. But I just don't think that's cool. It's just the way she handled that whole situation was not okay. It was very cringy. I can't lie. And Nicki Minaj is already really awkward the way she speaks. She don't speak human words. She has like a robot voice box in her system. But I wish I could remember everything that happened because it's been a couple weeks now. But I just was really disgusted on how she handled that situation. Yeah. And then that whole week, first of all, a week prior, her husband's victim was on The Real telling her side of the story about what happened allegedly, et cetera, et cetera. And then suddenly Nicki Minaj posted new pictures every day of the week. I'm like, oh, wow. So you're a politician. You doing distractions now. I feel like she was visible everywhere on the internet for obviously unrelated stuff. And then she would be going on live with different people. Like she went live with Santana, which I think is messy too, because you obviously have an issue with the city girls. And then she was like being shady towards Jonathan on the live. It just was a lot. I'm just like, this is a grown woman. Yeah. Very grown. Like growner than everybody she ever did a song with. And I'm just not okay with this. I just want to let y'all know, I'm not a hater, but I do very much dislike her as a person. I really do. From what the things that I have been have access to on the internet, I can't see why people support her. And I know y'all like her music. Never Monster Slap. You get what I'm saying? And I did buy Pink Friday. I have it. I literally have purchased it. I have a receipt. But it's just crazy because I always think, sometimes when I'm editing a podcast, I always wonder how certain things I say can be perceived by certain people. And I know I don't really go on here and say no real crap. Everything I've said on this show, I've said in real life, and I'm okay with that. I can back it up. But I don't even have no followers for real. So when I think about people who have hundreds of millions of followers, I would be so anxious to make sure I'm saying the right thing. And maybe for her, she's been famous for so long, it's not really a big thought anymore. But I feel like, number one, the pandemic, race, and pedophilia are three very huge topics that people are still battling to this day. And the way she has handled all three is very disgusting. And I think that for her to have such young fans and somebody that wants to represent women empowerment is not really helpful to people that have been victims of sexual assault, who have been treated unfairly because of their skin tone, and who what was the third thing, honey? I don't know, but I ain't here for it. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Sorry.
Now, I've been a person that's been a fan of Nicki Minaj, but I will say, like, this last 2 months has just been very awkward. I don't know. It's just like, I don't even know what to say about her. One thing that really bothered me personally about her was her making a big deal about the vaccine, right? And then she was saying how, I'm doing this because, I'm in the house. I haven't left my house in months and because I just want to make sure my kid is safe, and I want to make sure that I have a young baby, and so I don't want to get him sick and right? 4 days later, she is performing on stage with
Lil Baby and Dirt,
right? Baby on the side of the stage with the daddy. And so in my head, I'm like, just don't speak on it, because the thing about it is, at this point, you're looking dumb, because it's like
hypocritical.
Yeah, you can't make
and I'm
a big
sure you
deal
left the house
about
like, come on,
it.
girl. Yes, you have.
Like,
and maybe she hasn't. Because obviously she's got access to stuff that will allow her to be able to stay. Because she's definitely been taking photos in her pool.
Yeah, she been taking all her pictures at home. So I mean, I don't doubt that she ain't left the house, and that's probably why she looked lighter, to be honest.
Yeah, but, okay. Look at you being a barb.
No, but I'm just saying, people have to take that into consideration.
She been looking light for a long time.
But I'm like, girl, how you saying you trying to protect your child? So within 4 days, you got vaccinated, and now you on stage in front of all these people.
Did she get vaccinated?
I'm just saying.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Based on what she put out there, clearly that had to be what happened for her to finally come out the house.
But even still, when you get vaccinated, you ain't even supposed to be out until, or the vaccination not even really supposed to kick in until like a week, if I'm not mistaken.
It's depending on how many doses you have to get. Yeah.
So it's like, and you got your baby out there. So not only did you come out the house and perform at a concert in front of thousands of people, but you brought the baby that you was trying to protect from the virus. Yeah. Now I was just like, all right. Now at this point, you just
it's not helping. Yeah, I'm so thankful that I'm so consistent with my dislike, because I feel good. I feel vindicated. Let me make sure I use that word correctly. Okay, yeah, I feel vindicated because whenever I don't like somebody or I have a bad impression of them, I never regret it. I always end up being right, and for a couple of decades, or however long it's been. But anyway, I just don't like it, y'all. I'm not. It's really annoying, and I want people to be responsible. But I do get that in this age where people have access to the internet, it's nothing that I can do about it. All I can do is continue to not tune in. But as someone that does frequent blogs and things like that, I'm going to see stuff about her, and so I'm just gonna. This is my response. But anyway, all right. So, do you have anything you want to ask to Shop Talk?
Actually, I do. I fucking do. Yes, I do. I have one more thing. So, y'all favorite uncle, Lil Bloosie.
Oh, no. Who is y'all? Add him to the. him and Nicki Minaj can catch the first boat back to the bay. I mean, not to the bay, to the boot and to the dad, to the Trinidad.
Yeah. At this point, like honestly, it didn't even make me mad because I just know
my mouth was on the floor. I can't even lie.
I looked at it and I just couldn't believe he said that, right? But I look at Bloosie as just like a lost cause for one, a dummy before that. And also I look at somebody who something really has either something that's really bothering him or something happened to him. And because what will make you, because it's like you're trying to make it a thing where like, oh, he's trolling me, guys, he's trolling me. When you have unwarrantedly gave your opinion on this man, on his life.
Harsh opinion.
Yeah. Like, not even holding back. Like, you even said at one point that you would beat him up because he jokingly said that he would perform naked to piss people off. Like, he wouldn't do that for real. But he just saying like, oh, I'll do this. And you just you at your 38 years of living.
That man is not. He 138.
We just gonna say 38 because that's what Google told me. So
somebody ain't update that Wikipedia
or something. Like something is really wrong. Like something has really bothered him. And honestly, I think the only thing that I can even come up with is that he's just a closeted homosexual. There's nothing else.
Do you think it's fair to assume that people that are homophobic are homosexual, or you just feel like that's the only other justifiable? I'm only saying it because I feel like that's been the typical thing to say for homophobes. Why I feel like it's been consistent.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know.
I just think that, okay, so it's two things for me, right? Either you're a closeted homosexual if you really feel so strongly about who somebody else sleep with at night, who they dating, what they wear, all sort of stuff. It's deeper than that. Mm-hmm. So either, because I know that sometimes what happens is situations like Caitlyn Jenner, and I'm only bringing this up because that's the only one that we know publicly. Mm-hmm. Say for instance, a guy or a boy has experienced his dad growing up as a straight man, and then overnight or something happens and he's gay. It's not. And a lot of people don't take that well. A lot of people don't take that well. I mean, because
it's confusion. You like, what you mean?
How?
Is it because something I did, or how did I not realize it?
Yeah. So I get that. So sometimes they have like animosity towards the gay community or just anybody in the LGBT community because they feel as if somebody over there has turned them out or turned them that way. When in reality, that's not how it works.
It's like, look what y'all doing, man. My daddy was a married man. Yeah. Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? So they feel like somebody has turned them out or something like that. And that's not the case. And I try to explain to people, I'm like, people that are gay, they've known that since they was little.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They know, or they felt it. They probably never acted on it or something, but the thought is always there. But I feel like a lot of people feel like that and they just don't act on it because of, for one, they think that it's embarrassing, they're going to get looked down upon, whatever the case may be. And then there's people like Bloosie who I feel, because from my understanding, he don't really have no gay people in his family besides his daughter.
But isn't his manager or his brother? No, not his brother. He loves to say his manager's gay, right?
Yeah, but the thing, and let me clarify something like that too. When they say stuff like that, or when most of the time,
it's the kind of gay that they want to deal with.
Yeah. The guy dresses like him. The guy like dresses like
and he
a
probably
typical
doesn't feel
cisgender.
comfortable being himself around Boosie either. No. To be honest with you, because it's like, look, I'm about to go to Boosie's house. Let me just take this dress off. No shade. Sorry, that was
because I have clients like that. Now I've definitely fired a few clients because they try to have conversations with me about people like Santana or anybody like that. And they're like, see, I like your kind. I'm like, what's my kind?
Right. Lil Nas X mentioned that too.
If I want to wake up one day and I want to put on some daggone heels and a dress or whatever the case may be, I'm okay to do that because I'm not hiding myself. Yeah. Like, I am who I am. You know who I am. And I don't have rules in my lifestyle. Like, I don't have to be like, oh, since I'm straight, I have to dress like a straight man. I have to wear this. I have to wear that. I'm not like that. So if I want to wake up and I'm like, I'm going to this event and I'm feeling like this, like I want to give that, then I would do that. Yeah. I would do that. And I always tell people how like commendable people who are commendable Yeah, I always tell people how commendable flamboyant gay men are, because at the end of the day, it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to walk around in the daytime being who you are, because people just won't allow that. Like, you could be minding your business, like, and people just have to make a big deal about it just because they're not comfortable with themselves. And it's like, literally,
what's the problem? And I hate that, you know, we were kind of raised, not even kind of, we were raised to think that way, because in reality, I mean, something can catch your attention, catch you off guard. Yeah. That's one thing, but to kind of put the spotlight on them is just so unnecessary. It's like... out loud, too. Yeah.
Like, if you... Just, in my head, because, I mean, we all kind of have thoughts that are like...
should remain thoughts.
Like, yeah, exactly. We'll probably see some move like, now, girl. But I wouldn't take it upon myself to just personally just say something to somebody just because of the way they look, or the way they dress, or however they choose to express themselves. And to be honest, I feel like that's some... Excuse me if we have anybody white listeners, but I be feeling like that's kind of what white people do to us. Like, we'll literally not be doing anything, and they just have to just open their mouth and say something. It's like,
let me say, I was just telling my cousins this story. Sorry, this is a sidebar, unrelated, but I remember one time I was working with this girl, and when I say work with her, I mean we worked in the same company. Okay. Okay. Now, we did work in the same department, but we were never when I say department, I mean it's like a couple hundred people. So we never crossed paths ever. But I have seen her around the office at this point. So we had a department outing, and we went to this event. I mean, this restaurant. Anyway, none of that matters. But we're at this table, and she's actually sitting across from me. Now, nothing about her stood out. I didn't really pay her no mind. This is no shade, but I'm just saying how unbothered I was about her presence. But I can start to see her from my peripheral, like just looking at me, and I'm like, why this girl looking at me? Now, I don't know her, and at this time when I first started working in corporate America, I was really not polished, but I definitely played the part as far as appearance. So I always tried to, you know, I definitely was playing that acceptance role. Anyway, so she was like, Alicia, where do you live? I said Sandy Springs, because I literally lived in Sandy Springs. Yeah. And she didn't say nothing else. That was the only thing she ever said to me. And I was like, I wonder what made you ask me that. And then for her staring at me, I know she was like examining me in a way, but it's so annoying, because if I tell one of my white friends about it, they're probably like, oh, maybe she thought, like, no, see, that's the problem right there. Because if I didn't have all the other experiences I've had with white people in my life, I wouldn't have taken that the wrong way. But because of things and how they are, I know for a fact that wasn't genuine. Like, why do you even care? And I'm not that I'm glad I live in Sandy Springs, but what were you, if I didn't say Sandy Springs, then what were you going to say? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like you said, like how you feel like they size us up, they definitely do, and she definitely was sizing me up, and I couldn't wait for her to ask me what apartments I stay in, so I could tell her how much I own my place.
Period.
And that's on Mary had to mind your business.
But no, I think that's where that stems from. I don't know, like, and then just listening to his previous stories about his experiences with walking in on gay men, whatever, and he just...
How many years was he in prison?
I don't know.
A long time, long enough to be justifying what you say.
Yeah. So I don't know, because there's no other reason. And then it's like, you're almost twice this boy's age, and you're threatening him.
And I mean, for real, Lil Nas X might be legally grown, but he's so young. Yeah. And when you think about us at 32, we are way older than him, and the things that he's dealing with, we didn't have. I mean, I can't speak for you necessarily, but I just think that the way we value ourselves, how our maturity, our come to Jesus moment with ourselves is way different than we were 19, 20, 21 years old.
Sure. It's just even 25. I didn't think like this at 25.
You get what I'm saying? And it's just, I mean, I know that he plays like he don't care, but I know it has to get to him. I know he mentioned even on the Breakfast Club, like he said, it does bother him, but he never gonna put it on the internet. And I'm glad he doesn't, but I just hope that he never has no moments where he's really down about himself because of this. Like, it's like literally all this because he came out the closet publicly, right? Let's be clear, but it's like, before that, y'all was okay with the music and everything. They was talking about cheating on their wife, drinking lean on this song, but God forbid the person doing that is gay. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I really feel bad for him, and it's annoying. I hope they delete Boosie Twitter. Just put him in the Trump house. Maybe he can join Truth. So that's Trump's new social media network. Go join over there, honey. Yeah, they'll welcome you, little pimp.
But it's weird though. I am grateful that Lil Nas does have a dad that supports him. Like, his dad's a whole I don't know if he's a minister or a reverend, but he's somebody in the church.
I know he said they were from Bankhead Court. I said, no, hold on.
Yeah, they from Bankhead Courts. But they all support him and his brothers. Like, they all, like, his dad sings background on a few of his songs. His brothers make his beats. So they all have, like, a family thing going on.
That's how it should be. That's
really
important.
close.
That's really important.
And they got a big family, you know. And I think, and then him dealing with, like, his mom's situation and people be throwing that in his face. It's just like really weird.
And I really hate it for kids that are cyberbullied and just have to get, like, that's just really crazy. It's really, my thing for real with the Boosie thing was him talking about, like, kill yourself, nobody wants you here, like that.
And then he kept saying it.
Yes, I saw on his page. I'm like, wow. You mentioned this man so many times in the past couple of years, and he went on a live. Matter of fact, he said he got a song with you the same amount of times you said his name this year.
Yeah.
But it's like, literally, that was the most harmless thing that he could have said about you, truth be told. You know what I'm saying? And you went off like that. That's what it took? That's crazy. It's really sad. I'm good on him, for real. I mean, I've never been a Boosie fan anyway. I mean, I've never been not a fan. I just never, like, value him like I would any other music contributor. But I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good on y'all. Whoo, child. But yeah, okay, cool. So, what else we got before we wrap? Oh, I got one other thing. Now, I hope I don't get drugged for this or get called fat phobic.
Let's go.
But sometimes I feel like Lizzo do a lot for the internet and then also cries about the response she gets from it. Now, I could be wrong. Please correct me, y'all. I mean, I'm saying this from a genuine place, honestly. Like, okay, you know, she wore the outfit recently where her body was out. I mean, a lot of people compared it to the Rihanna outfit.
Yeah, the mesh one.
Now, when Rihanna wore it, people were also outraged about it. Mm-hmm. They were not okay with it. They felt like it was a lie. It was too much, etc., etc. So when people were outraged about Lizzo, here go people talking about, oh, but this is okay. No, actually, I remember people being very upset with Rihanna about that goddamn dress. And it's just because it was a long time ago. People have forgotten the impact that it had. But I think it wasn't even the dress. I think it's when Lizzo went on live and, like, literally showed her bare behind.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that for nobody. I don't know. I'm all for body positivity, but sometimes I do think that certain things like that in particular is just doing too much because, yeah, no. Like that, I don't know.
And
I
don't get me
want
wrong.
that from nobody.
And the only reason why I said I don't want to be called fat phobic is because she obviously is a fat woman. But if this was Cardi B and complaining, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying anybody in general, like, you are kind of soliciting these people's opinions by doing stuff like going on live. But don't be on live crying because people are shaming you, because you kind of open yourself up to, you know, that kind of ridicule. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love, you know, Lizzo.
Listen, Lizzo, I think she's a cool girl, but sometimes I get a little confused, and she has the freedom to behave as she wishes, and it ain't up to me. But I do sometimes feel like she performs for the same stuff that she has issues with, so it just kind of doesn't make sense to me.
I feel it.
But anyway, all right, y'all. So I did. I just want y'all to know I did get the booster, the Pfizer booster. I got it on Thursday. And anybody who is in the wheelhouse of planning on getting, I just want you to know that I was very sleep for about 24 hours. It was not up to me.
Oh my gosh.
I woke up Friday morning to work. I had to cancel my 10 and 11 o'clock meeting, and all of a sudden I wake up and it's 1 o'clock. Okay. I really tried to, like, function, could not. I was very, what's the word for sleepy? Hold up, I got you. Fatigue, yeah, that's the word that they use on Google. I mean, the medical term for it. I was very fatigued. I really was, y'all. Now, I never felt sick at any point, but, you know, being overly drowsy is a lot. If anybody's taking too many melatonin gummies or have taken Zyrtec for their allergies, it's pretty much the same thing. And, I mean, it was I think on the last night, which was Friday night, I went to sleep. It was 9 o'clock. When I woke up, I'm ready to walk my dog. Whole time it was 10 p.m.
What?
And I felt like I had slept through the night, like, for real. And I don't even take naps like that. And when to have a good nap, I have to be asleep for a couple hours. So anyway, I just want y'all to know that. And on top of that, like before, the spot where I got the shot hurt. Now, when I first got the vaccine, that only happened once with the first shot. Second shot, I didn't have nothing. But with the second shot, my lymph nodes under my armpit on the same side that I got the shot was swollen. Still is a little swollen now, but it don't hurt. Actually, it's done. It's gone. It was swollen and it was sore. So I just want to share that with y'all. I mean,
what is lymph nodes? I'll be hearing people.
It's like sometimes when you have infections, there are certain parts of your body that will react as such. But I don't have an infection. It's basically a sign that the vaccine is working. I think you have something behind your ears, in your stomach. Okay. I could be wrong. Maybe your throat. I could be wrong. But yeah, it definitely swelled up. So to me, it's still better than giving the virus to someone and potentially killing them. But I also wanted to be intentional about posting and talking about it because some people were shocked to know that I even had the vaccine. And I'm just like, I don't know why. But, I'm happy to discuss it with people who have like drawbacks and stuff like that. And some people even like telling me they was like considering getting it because of the fact that I got the booster. Like now I've had 3 shots from Pfizer. And I mean, whatever. I know some people, I realize that people just legit don't read. Like somebody actually asked me why I got the booster. Was it just to be precautious? And I don't think they knew that the original vaccine doesn't last forever. Yeah. So, whatever. I'm not a doctor, epidemiologist, or anything like that, but I do care about public health as far as what I can control. And so I'm happy to discuss further for anybody that has questions. Okay.
I do think I am going to get a booster just because of the work environment that I'm in.
For sure. So you be going outside.
Yeah, I do go outside. I just
hope my booster working right now.
Oh my God! I get tested once a week, so I'll be fine. Enough.
Make it 7 and you got a deal. I'm just playing, honey. I just was about to re-up on my at-home kits. I don't play about that. So if you got a Sam's Club membership, you can get 2 for $14, and they double that at Walgreens. They double that at Walgreens.
I don't have that.
Anyhow, but yeah, go. I mean, if you can get it, please just get it. The earliest you can get it is 6 months. I think they just approved the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson boosters. Not exactly sure, but for sure Pfizer is out there. And I got mine through Walgreens. They had same day availability. So,
well, you say you gotta have had your vaccine for 6 months?
At least 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I'm even qualified. Because I got my second one in April.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
So you should.
1, 2, 3. Let me see. I had it in my kind of 1, 2, 3.
I had it April 7th for the second one.
I think it is 6. I'm gonna probably wait in November to make sure.
Yeah, and plan it around at least. Give yourself at least a day on the 40. And now when I say day 2, I mean after 48 hours. So at least have 24 hours where you ain't got nothing going on. It's the next day you should be good if it's anything like my experience.
I told you to get some Pedialyte.
And it is what it is.
Some
I mean, like I said,
stuff.
I didn't mind being asleep though. It felt good. It's the only thing. The only annoyance was having to get up and take Hazel. And how about how I wanted to ring the bell like it was a darn ice cream truck.
Because flying gives me fatigue a lot because I fly a lot. Yeah. Like I be dry, so I have to drink like a whole bottle.
Just that cabin pressure.
I have to drink a whole bottle of Pedialyte or I like the IV in a bottle. I like that, but it's disgusting. Like it tastes like salty.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm good. I like filtered water.
Yeah, I just add some more. Get some electrolytes in there so I won't have fatigue.
There you go. Yeah, I wasn't tripping, but it is what it is. I mean, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm sure everybody's experience could be different, but because I really didn't have any side effects the first time, this caught me off guard. So.
Period. I understand, Nee.
All right, let's wrap this episode up. Hopefully, you think our recording consistency is gonna be back on cue. What you think?
Let me look at the dates. So I still have a lot of stuff to move, and I have a lot of stuff to sell. So maybe either that or I could probably try to come record again before we leave. I leave.
Don't matter to me. I live here. Okay, cool. I just wanted to put that on air for people because several people hit me up, and
it's my fault, y'all. Dang, calm down.
And I honestly had too much going on to even record a solo episode, so it worked in my favor too, just to have some free time because and it really wasn't free time because I had something to do, but. Anyways, all right, y'all. It's another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your world. Actually, you know what that remind me of? Cedar's World.
Cedar's World, bro. Cedar's had the same outfit on every day.
She was like,
a hoochie.
Love it. She should have went to 21 party.
Excuse me?
She should have went to 21
Oh,
Savage
that you saying
party.
she was at his party.
She should have went.
Oh, what was his theme this year?
Freaknik.
Freaknik. Oh, it sure was. I seen that ratchet party last night.
And it was lit.
Yeah, I thought that was the actual Freaknik because I know they've been trying to bring it back year over year.
And it was lit too because he actually did Freaknik how Freaknik was. Like it was at Underground. Like
I like that.
Literally,
I like that. Young Miami them did their video at Underground too.
Yeah.
That's
it was
fine.
literally Freaknik at Underground. They had Harry set up. They had the girl that sang "Shot It Swing My Way." She was there. They had Uncle
Ghost
Luke
Town
there.
DJs.
Yeah, they had Uncle Luke there performing.
Well,
Yeah, 21 Savage won with the parties.
bye.
See ya. Woulda wanna be ya.